So this is module 4. Module 4 topic title is unsymmetrical fault. So what is meant by unsymmetrical fault? In module 3 itself, we have discussed clearly what is symmetrical and what is unsymmetrical. Unsymmetrical fault will occur a partial line or a line to ground or line to line or line to line and then ground. So like this, a single line or two lines can be get shorted, or line to ground will be get short. So this type of faults are known as unsymmetrical. Why? Because the current distributed during the fault occurrence of such type of faults is not symmetrical, so it is named as unsymmetrical fault. So for this unsymmetrical fault, we have seen a set of unbalanced phasor may be represented by set of symmetrical phasors. So what are those phasors? First one is positive sequence phasor. Positive sequence phasor, and then negative sequence phasor. What is next? Zero sequence phasor, correct? So with these three phasors, we can able to represent our unsymmetrical fault phasor diagram. So we have seen one problem also, a detailed problem in last class. So that type of problem, that is the components, symmetrical components, can be helpful to find out unsymmetrical fault. That is the main concept why they are kept in the module 3. In module 3 they kept symmetrical components to learn something, to find out the fault at unsymmetrical. Okay, so in continuation of that, a new concept called sequential network is introduced. Sequence network. So what is this sequence network? Is nothing but we are having these three phasors. For these three phasors, we are having different currents also. Say for example, if you are taking R phase, IR1, IR2, and what is this IR? What is the number for zero sequence for R phase? IR0, correct? So IR0. So if these are all the current, then the flow of current in the network for positive sequence, where it will go. So there will be some network for this, especially for the positive sequence, and for the negative sequence also there should be a network, and for zero sequence also there should be a network. So this network, the flow of network inside the actual circuit, inside the actual circuit, that diagram is needed to find out the unsymmetrical fault, or that network is needed. That sequence, okay, we know how to find out IR1, IR2, IR0, and we know how to find out IY1, IY2, IY0, IB1, IB2, IB0. All these things we know, but we need to know the path. We need to know the network of how it is flowing inside the actual circuit. That also needed. So in addition to positive, in addition to this is symmetrical components, right? In addition to the symmetrical components, we also need sequential network. This sequential network will helpful for us to find out the unsymmetrical type of fault, that is line to ground, line to line, or line to line ground. such type of problems, the current distribution over three phases are not symmetrical. Those are unsymmetrical. Because of the unsymmetrical property, to find out the fault current IF, to find out the fault current IF in unsymmetrical fault is little bit complex. In first class itself we have discussed in the third module. Because of the unsymmetrical property or unsymmetrical current distribution over unsymmetrical fault, the finding out fault current at fault location is little bit complicated on unsymmetrical fault problem. So for that we need to understand the prerequisite knowledge on symmetrical component. We know how to solve, how to get the values for different symmetrical values of each and every components, or in the phasor diagram. The phasor diagram, how to find out the values, and also we know the theory behind this. That is nothing but the unsymmetrical or unbalanced phasor diagram can be represented by three different balanced phasor diagrams. So that is the statement given by the symmetrical component. And also we know how to find out the values of symmetrical currents, sorry, this sequential, positive sequential, negative sequential, zero sequential currents for different phases. So once we know this understanding, then we are going for sequence network where the where the sequence phasor current flowing through it, where the frequency flowing through it, and also the impedance over different phasors or different components like positive, negative, and zero also different, and each of the every element inside the network can be represented by, or corresponding, we can be represented by its corresponding impedance value also. Okay, so I will write here, yeah, equipment on a power system. This is power system network that is any element of the power system. Any element of the power system may have different values of impedance for the flow of all this sequential current, okay, this sequential, all this three so for example, a transformer in the power system network may have different values of impedance for positive sequence. Say for example, if you are taking a transformer, okay, like this. So for this, say for example, this is a part of element, or this is an element of a big network part, and for this transformer, the impedance value for positive sequence is different, the impedance value for negative sequence is different, and for zero sequence is different. That is what the statement is telling. So for the same transformer, the network, the flow of impedance or the flow of current for different network, such a way that positive network and negative sequence network, positive sequence network, or zero sequence network will be different. So that can be represented. So therefore each element in the power system will have the corresponding impedance, like how positive sequence impedance Z1, negative sequence impedance Z2, this is Z1 and this is Z2, and what will be zero sequence impedance. What is this? Z0. So not only current, the impedance inside each and every component of the power system is also having different values or different impedance values over different sequential pairs are. So this understanding you should have. It's not only about current but also the impedance also. So they have given set of rules to follow to draw the sequential network. So write down the rules. The first one, it's not rules or some understanding, basic understanding or assumptions you can take anyway. But these are all the points you need to consider while drawing the sequential network. Okay, so first point, for balanced condition, each equipment will offer only Z1 positive sequence impedance. What is that? For balanced condition, each equipment, so mostly this is theory only, okay, so only a little bit of problem will be there for sequential network, okay, so please write down these points if you need, otherwise I will give the notes. Equipments, handwritten notes is different and PPT notes is different. Anyway, I will give clear handwritten notes later, maybe today evening. Each equipment will, because I need to scan it, so once I scan I will send it. Offer only Z1. That is, what is Z1 here? Z1 is positive sequence, right? Positive sequence impedance. So what is that? For balanced condition. For balanced condition, there is no any disturbance or fault is occurred. Such type of network, in that network, if any element or each and every element will offer only positive, there is no Z2 or Z0. That we have seen this type of statement in what sequential components also. In we have proven also that for unbalanced condition, sorry, for balanced condition, there is no any negative or there is no any zero also. Such same like that for impedance also, only positive will be there for balanced condition. This is the first understanding. You should not forget it. I will ask this question later also. Please understand. If you have any doubt in this statement, you ask me, I will explain. Is that clear, right? Is that clear? Yes or no, please? Someone? Students, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here, this first statement is clear for you. Second one, for static equipments. What are the static equipments in power system network? For static equipment, like what? What are the static equipment? Can I tell transformer is a static equipment? Transformer. Transmission line is a static equipment. Transmission line. So these are all the static equipment, some of the static equipments. In static equipments, whether it is balanced or unbalanced, whether it is balanced or unbalanced, Z1 is equal to Z2. What it mean? Z1 is equal to Z2. This will be applicable for both positive and negative sequence also. Both the values, say for example, for transformer, if you find out Z1 value, that is positive sequence impedance value, then without calculating it, you write Z2 is also equal to Z1 for unbalanced condition. For balanced condition, obviously we know that there is no Z2. For unbalanced condition, if you want to find out Z2 value for static, straight away you can take value from Z1. That is second understanding. What is third? For rotating equipment, why we are doing these things and all. For each and every element we are going to draw a sequential network. For while drawing the sequential network, we need to understand, or we need to very smart such a way that like this. So we don't want to find out z2 directly, I will take z1. So such type of knowledge you should have. So I am telling these points and all. Okay, so for rotating equipments like alternators or motors, so I'll take alternator. Z1 is not equal to Z2. Definitely Z1 will be equal to Z2. So in general, this is not always to be true, but in most of the general cases, in general, Z1 will not be equal to Z2, and Z0 is not equal to Z1, and Z0 is not equal to Z2. Z1 is not, so all three are different for rotating equipments in general. So that is the third point. So these 3 points you need to understand. Okay, before what we're proceeding to sequential network diagram, you need to understand this simple 3 concept. I hope you got this point. Next, we will see one by one. For generator, we will see that is impedance, how to find out the impedance for generator, transformer, and then we'll go for a transmission line. After these 3, we'll go actual sequential network. So before going to actual sequential network diagram or network drawing, we will see how to find out the impedance. So because mainly we are focusing on the impedance for sequential network, so let's check how to find out the impedance for for generator, transformer, and transmission line. So these 3 will be usually we'll use for the we will be getting question from power system. So we'll take one by one. Sequence impedance of synchronized generator. Okay, so we know that Z1, what is Z1? Someone tell me fast. Z1 is equal to, what is Z1? We know that is impedance, but what is 1 there? Anyone please recall what is 1 here? Just for checking your understanding or not. What is 1 there? Yes, I need answer, please. Students, am I audible to you? So no one is answering. Please tell me someone. Niranjan, Venkat Gowda, Vivek Ranjan, please tell me what is 1 there. Simple question I'm asking. Mohammad Sufriyan, Bhavna Singh, are you there, please, students? Okay, so my question is very simple. What is Z1 here? We know Z is synchronized generator's impedance, sequence impedance. What is 1? So just recall what is 1 here. Z1 is, what is this?
Positive sequence phasor.
Very good. So it is a positive sequence impedance of synchronized generator. And according to the statement, for balanced condition, and one more thing, this synchronized generator is static or rotation. It is a static equipment or rotating equipment. It is a rotating equipment, right? So if it is a rotating equipment, as per our understanding in the previous slide, so for rotating equipment, I will not get Z1 is equal to Z2. I will get Z1 is equal to I will not get Z1 equal to Z2. Both are different. Z1 is not equal to Z2. So that is the next observation I will take. That is Z2 is not equal to Z1, or maybe Z2 will be lesser than Z1. This is the understanding. By calculation we can see how it is. We know it is not equal, and also here one more point for synchronous generator, they are telling Z2 is very less or lesser than Z1. And what about Z0? And what is Z2? What is 2 here? 2 is the positive sequence
Negative
or negative?
sequence.
Very good. It is a negative sequence. And what about Z0? Z0 is equal to
0.
0 sequence. Okay, 0 sequence value. And this Z0 is a variable. Please note down, Z0 it is a variable. Why we are telling these things? Because in question they will give some network to you, and they will ask you to draw sequential or sequence network for that. Sequence network means maybe it may be a it may be a balanced network, or it may not be a balanced network, or faulty network also. For that different cases you are going to draw the sequential network. If you want to draw sequential network, then only you can able to go for finding out the fault current. So before finding out the fault current, you need to know, or you need to understand these basic concepts. And this Z0, if they are not given, mostly they will give this value, that is a 0 impedance value, that is 0 sequence impedance value for synchronous generator will be given in general, will be given in question itself. If not, please be carefully, it is very important. Mostly they will give in the question, but wantedly they will not give. If they are not giving, then you need to take Z0 equal to Z1. Please take down. If they are not giving that Z0 value, then you need to assume Z0 is equal to Z1. Here one small question I will ask. Please tell everyone. If Z0 is having some value, what is the observation you have find out? What is the observation usually you will have? If Z0 is having some value, what is the observation you have made? See the first condition. For balanced condition, the values will be Z1 only we have. We will offer only Z1 for balanced condition. Here my question is, if Z0 is having some value, then what it's mean? It is balanced or unbalanced? It is balanced or unbalanced? If it is balanced, only Z0 will have, sorry, Z1 will have. Here only we will stop. Or if you try to find out Z2 also, it is 0 only, and Z0 also it is 0 only, because it is a, what we are assuming initially, it is a balanced network. Suppose if you are having some value in Z0, then definitely it is not balanced. So some fault is occurred. Because of that fault, only 0 sequential having some impedance value over there also. Okay, so that is the small observation you need to understand. Next we will go for sequence impedance of transformer. So these are all about synchronous generator impedance, sequence impedance. Next we will go for sequence impedance of transformer. So here Z1 is equal to Z2 is equal to impedance of the transformer. You are going to tell why this is, because I already explained. You are going to tell why Z1 is equal to Z2. Very easy question. Please let's check who is telling correctly. What is that? Why Z1 is equal to Z2 for, especially in the transformer? This is the question. Please tell me why it is. Okay, I'll give some hint.
Static elements.
Very good. Who is that? Who is this? Can I know who answered this?
Science.
Okay, very good. It is the correct perfect answer, because we know that in the first statement itself we said it is a static equipment. For static equipment, as per the statement, Z1 must be equal to Z2. Okay, and Z0 is equal to Z1. Z0 is equal to Z1, or if there is a path of earth current, if there is a path of earth current, what is the meaning is, say for example, if the transformer is connected to ground, the neutral or the earth is there for to close the path of earth, or neutral is connected to earth, then Z0 is equal to Z1, otherwise it is infinity. So there is a path of earth current, then this case is happened. Otherwise, Z0 is equal to infinity if not means this condition is otherwise Z0 is equal to infinity. So if closed path is there, or the current earth path is there in the transformer, then we will tell Z0 is equal to Z1. In that case, all these three will have the same value. So we don't want to find out for all Z1, Z2, Z0 and all. So just straight away take only Z1 and then stop. For transformer, it is very simple. Okay, so you don't want to find out Z2 value or Z0 value. That is a negative sequence you don't want to find out, or zero sequence you don't want to find out, because both are same. And only thing is, make sure that there is a path to earth current, then put Z1, otherwise it is infinity, so it will not be exist. So the transformer will not exist, or zero current will not be exist. So this is again a point you need to remember. Next, we'll go for sequence impedance of transmission line. Sequence impedance of transmission line. So first, a transmission line, whether it is static or rotating equipment. Yeah, please tell me. It is static. So what is the static? So what is the observation? Z1 is equal to Z2, and this is nothing but impedance of transmission line, and Z0 is equal to a variable. Mostly they will give in question. If not, important. If not, then Z0 is equal to 3 times Z1. Please note down, Z0 is equal to 3 times the Z1 if value is not given. Please note down this one. 3 times the Z1. Z0 is equal to Z. Okay. Now So these are all the impedance value how to calculate for different equipments available in the power system, for especially for drawing the sequential network. Now actually we are going to inside the sequential network. So now we are going for sequential network. So sequence network is basically a network shown for the flow of current by symmetrical component. A flow of current, the sequence of current flowing through the network, actual network, because of or by the symmetrical component. What are the symmetrical components? We know it is a positive sequence, negative sequence, and then what? Zero sequence. So we know that these three are nothing but symmetrical components. These symmetrical components for each and every equipment inside the power system network will have different value, and because of that different value, current is flowing differently in different path. For example, if neutral is not connected to air, there is no zero sequence, because if zero sequence is there, that means this neutral point is connected to ground, then only I will get zero current. Or neutral current is nothing but 3 times my I0. We have solved in previously. Zn is nothing but 3 times my I0. Say for example, if it is connected to as a current limiter circuit, then there will be Zn here. So that Zn is nothing but 3 times I0. Otherwise, if I connected straight away, then I0, that's all. Then it is I0. Straight away it is a I0 value. So there is a path for my zero sequence. I have a path, and I1 will never flow in this neutral point. It will never flow, and also it also never flow in the negative sequence also. I1 will only flow in positive sequence path. So it has different path for different each and every equipment in the power system. So how to get that network? So for positive separately I am going to draw, for negative separately I am going to draw, and for zero separately I am going to draw, or I will take separately out of different sequences. So this is why we are going for sequential network. I will get a clear idea how this path is flowing inside the actual circuit. So that is why we are going for sequential network. So first we will go for positive sequence network. One by one we will see. So next is positive sequence network for sequential, because we know this sequence network is going to be for all these three. So first we will see this, and then one by one we will see, and we will see for this, and we will see for this. So first one is positive sequence. Positive sequence network. It composes all the impedance offered to the flow of positive sequence current. That is what I said already. Wherever you are applicable, say each and every component inside. Say for example, in a power system network, you may have a generator, you may have a transformer, transmission line, and maybe motor also, load. So all these 4 elements inside the power system will have each element. Say for example, if you are taking generator will have positive sequence network, same generator will have negative sequence network, same generator will have zero sequence network also. But for generator only we will take positive sequence, because usually generators is not disturbed. Even though the fault is occurred, the generator is not disturbed, or the generator is designed such a way that there is no any fault, or sequential current is flowing in that generator. So usually for generators, we will see it anyway, we are going to see it. Usually for generators we will not consider negative or zero, that we will see. So first point, Right? Note down for all generators. For all the generators available in the system, the induced EMF will be series with impedance. That we know already. We are solving this. This is a point that they just confirmation they are given. Or all generators can be represented by induced EMF in series with impedance. Both are same. Okay, for all generators represented by induced EMF in series with impedance, that we know already. And positive sequence current never flow through neutral. That is again second statement. Here I said no, positive sequence, that is, say for example, I1 will never flow in this area. That is the next statement they are given. So positive sequence current never flow through the neutral. So we will never take, for positive sequence we will never take neutral to ground connection. We will eliminate it. While drawing positive sequential network, we will never draw neutral to ground connected. Actually, if it is connected also, we will not take for positive sequential network, because I don't want this. Only for zero sequential network it is needed. So for while drawing positive sequence for any equipment, I will never consider or I will never draw neutral to ground connected network. That is second observation. Third, for transformer, we will ignore resistance and magnetizing current. These two things already in the first, symmetrical also we ignored this. Same like that for transformer, for sequential network or unsymmetrical fault also we will ignore. We will ignore the resistance and magnetizing current for simplicity, nothing more. Just to make the what the complex, to reduce the complexity of the calculation. Okay, so transformer, ignore resistance and magnetizing current. Just for simplicity. Next, fourth observation. For transmission lines, we will ignore resistance and shunt capacitor. It is applicable for symmetrical as well as unsymmetrical also. So this also we know. I don't want to write it because you already very familiar with that. So transmission line, we will ignore resistance and shunt capacitance. Fifth point, for motor load, it will represent the EMF as series with reactance, as same as for what here also we have taken, right here. For generators also, what we have done for positive sequence, we will represent the EMF with series with impedance. Same like that, if for motors also, we will consider the EMF, or we will represent the EMF with series with reactance. Both are same. For motors and generators, both are same. Sixth point. Only positive sequence network will contain EMF because the generators are designed. That is what I initially said. The generators will. It is designed such a way that it is a balanced. Its nature is to produce a balanced voltage or balanced EMF. So because of its nature, there is definitely no fault inside the generator. Or even though somewhere about 30 kilometers or 40 kilometers fault is occurred, the generating EMF will not have any faulted or mismatch current between three phases. So always generator will have only positive sequential network. There is no negative or zero for generators. That is the sixth important observation. So these are all the points we need to consider when you are drawing positive sequential network for any equipment in the transmission system or power system. So these are all the points you need to understand. Don't worry, these points are given in the handwritten note. I'll give it, or in the video upload in the YouTube you can recall what I said for 0.56 456 with my handwritten notes. Okay, next, for negative sequence network. For negative sequence network can be drawn, most of the part can be drawn from positive sequence network itself. Please understand. Most of the part can be drawn by taking the positive sequence network itself. Because of that, first you start with positive sequence network diagram and then you go for negative sequence. Okay, how can we modify the positive network with negative? Ignore all the EMF. First point, very important point, ignore all EMF. Don't worry, while solving the problem you'll understand what is this meaning. Say for example, you have drawn like this for a generator. This is EG, and say for example this is Z1 for positive sequence. Z1, what is 1 year positive sequence? Say if it is the positive sequence network, then this is positive. If I want to draw for negative sequence, what I will do, I will put directly like this. So current I1 is flowing, I1 is flowing here, and this is I2 is flowing for negative, and simply I will put Z2 and I will ignore the generator. That is EMF produced by this, I will ignore. So this is the point here. For negative sequence, remove all the EMF. So ignore all the EMF of generators and motors also. And for motors also. Next, for static, we already discussed this. For static equipment, Z1 is equal to Z2. We already discussed it. For rotating, Z1 need to modify, definitely it need to be modified. Need to modify to get Z2. How to modify, that we will see later. But you need to understand that for negative sequence network, if it is a rotating part, then Z1 is not equal to Z2. That understand is enough right now. Next important thing is, I'll take one more paper. Zero sequential network. So zero sequential network you will see now. Zero sequential network. What is the time now? Okay, we have 10 more minutes time. I will complete this part. So first point you need to understand for zero sequential is, zero sequential network exists only if there is written path. That is very important. There is no any written path. What it's meaning? For example, by accidentally, if neutral is not connected to earth, accidentally. So at that time, even though the current zero sequential current should flow, but it is not existing because of that path is not completed. The neutral to ground path is not completed. At that time, zero sequential network will not exist. Okay, but mostly in the question they will give whether that neutral to ground path is connected or not. by single line diagram or by the actual network itself. They will intimate you while solving problem. So during that time you can understand if there is no neutral to ground path, simply you don't want to do zero sequential, you can straight away write there is no neutral to ground path, so there is no existing of zero sequential network for the given problem statement. You can write that. Okay, so first point is zero sequential network exists only if there is written path that is neutral to ground or earth path is there, then it is existing, otherwise it is not existing. Okay, it is not actually ground, it is earth. Please consider it is earth. Second, for positive sequence, always, please, this is also important thing, for positive sequence and negative sequence network, neutral is taken as reference. Neutral is taken as reference, but for zero sequence network, ground is taken as reference. Why? Any idea? Why? Because say in negative and positive, in positive sequence and negative sequence, without ground, whether it is connected to a ground or not, I may get positive and negative sequence. To make confirm that neutral reference is neutral or reference is there, at least we need neutral. If it is not connected to ground also, at least I will get a neutral to be a reference for positive and negative sequence. But for zero sequence, it only exists when it is connected to earth or ground. When it is connected to ground, so obviously there is existing of ground in zero sequence. So directly I can straight away take ground as my reference for zero sequence. This is the two important observations you need to understand while writing or while drawing zero sequential network. Any doubt up to this? So these are all the basic understandings we have to incorporate while drawing the sequence network. So there are three type of sequence network, that is one is positive, negative and zero. This three sequence will be there for each and every equipment according to the connections and their limitation and their conditions. Just now we have seen. In next class we are going to see sequence network for synchronous generator with an example, and for a transmission line and for a transformer. Okay, three different things we are going to see with an example. After this example, we will solve one small problem and this topic is over. So in the syllabus of fourth module, if you see, only this part is available, and then a small problems on unsymmetrical. After understanding this basic concept of sequence network and also symmetrical components already you know, after this pre-requesting knowledge we will solve unsymmetrical problem, and then fourth module is completed. Fourth module and fifth module is very minimum because of third module in detail they have given. Okay, fifth module is also simple and easy, right? Only third module more contents are there, that is okay, but that will help you to understand fourth module. Okay, so that's all about today class.